Welcome to Mori. What's 9 plus 10?
Is this like a
Come on,
question if
say it.
I'm AI or not?
Come on, say the damn meme already.
No.
21. Come on. Ruin my intro already, for fuck's sake. Uh, anyway. Well, today we're talking about like horror holidays, Fortune. I've been looking on kind of Great Snow Sea, Star Sage. It finally wraps up the damn story, which has been more interesting the whole series together. Probably just should watch the damn movie and not the series. You don't miss much if you watch that in a nutshell. But yeah, it's been pretty good, I would say. The movie, it's like a way more lore behind it, way more action, way more better pacing altogether, and we get a lot more out of it. And you were right, Qbhall, and was terraforming after all. They literally had to complete the terraforming of the planet to get the whole thing going.
Yeah, I kind of got the feeling of that from some just the idea that there's these people that they're surrounded by technology and writing, even writing, that they've forgotten all about.
Mm.
I read a lot of sci-fi and it is in a way it's actually like a trope, stuff that used to be maintenance uh when it was new is now considered to be like a ritual. The people don't even really understand the reason behind the things that they're doing, if that makes sense. You know?
Yeah, I get. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, in here it was basically the a sea chip landed on this planet, started to terraform it, and try to, get the ecosystem back up, basically, to get their own ecosystem, their own fresh water, their own etc. And the whole point of that was to dislodge all the trees and get it up to a space, and then make your own, protection against the radiation from space and the sun, which is like, how the fuck did they get all the technology in those trees? But it's Nia. It's like that shit's never explained really. Thus, and they all got that info from the panels that they found, probably from the ship itself that landed a long time ago or crash landed on there. Who knows? And you know eventually they got some kind of spacesuit that could initiate this whole process, but they had an alternate plan under getting all the bills together and just lasering the goddamn tree off, but that didn't work because you should be doing it with all the damn trees around the planet. Bit difficult to understand to the people that not have seen this or any of the series, but yeah, I don't know, it's pretty interesting to see. I mean, I wish that some characters were a bit more fleshed out, or just some uh, plot points or some relationships were more fleshed out, like with this girl right there, right here. She was like a commander of the like attacking fleet in the series, and but she never takes her armor off. Yeah, in the movie, it's kind of explained that she's been chosen by her own people that she should wear it as a commander, but you should remove it once in a while because that's probably gonna itch and probably gonna be really bad for your skin. But hey, it's just her, how to recognize a character kind of deal. But it doesn't really make any sense, even at the end of the movie. She just wears a poncho, which is pretty cute, but it doesn't make much sense. But anyway,
So she constantly wears this armor all the time.
yeah, 24/7.
Is she like human or is it like part
No,
cyber?
no, no, no. She's human, but she's got an arm that's like an old relic from when the sea ship landed there. So that's like a biometric arm, so it can just move in all kinds of different ways. Because she lost an arm when she was a kid, so she's been working that basically.
I do not want to know how bad she smells.
I think some of us want to, but that's another
Yes.
discussion in total.
It, Best not to think about it too much, Don't
Yeah.
delve too deeply,
I mean, I don't want to think about
Just for adding to the lore, like have
it.
we like do we get to see how
Wish you
she's
could
taking a
smell the
shower?
anime, basically.
Like do we get to see how she's taking a shower or like at least taking a bath or
No,
something?
unfortunately, not. The show is not that horny like
Okay.
most anime are
No,
nowadays.
no, no. I mean, like, if she doesn't take off her armor while she's
I
showering.
mean, then she would rust. Then she
Uh,
would just be a statue,
hmm. I
a
mean,
huge statue.
uh,
No, in any case, this guy with the eye lab is like the boss that just took over other countries, or they're like where all the trees are just to get their water. Cause there's a problem that the sea is rising and there's no water, no fresh water anymore, and their ozone layer, which is basically a membrane that just uh, connected by all these trees around the planet. You would think that it's just mere like, oh no, it's those kind of problems. So we have in real life, but no, the whole sequence was just to protect us from the radiation from outer space and the sun and all that. But yeah, you have to watch it to really get the kind of shit. But anyway,
so which studio made this animation?
Polygon Studios, the same ones that made Cos, Sidonia, Blame movie, etc., etc. He's like a lifelong contract with him to make all their anime, unfortunately. But hey, the animation was not that bad in this movie altogether. I mean, in Sidonia,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I seeing like a lot of 3D animation even on characters?
yeah, it's all 3D though. Polygon is like 40 years and like CGI animation basically. So all their anime is basically CGI, except some backgrounds that are 2D. There's like made by Nie, and there's also made a manga next to it, not drawn by Nie, but well, his whole story with another artist that's draws it in. I've got one chapter on my shelf of with another story, Tower Dungeons. His newest manga. It's also dropped like a few months ago, like 3 months ago, because we're now at chapter 3. Which is
Another question.
posted.
The word Kaina, right? Is it like the name?
Then the name of this guy, the ones from the
protagonist.
canopy, basically from the top of the tree. And then one day, this princess, Lilia, came up in a balloon, crash landed there, and they then tried to lower from the tree and find the enemy, but kind of is dense as a piece of wood and has no clue about war or whatnot. So he thinks, oh, let's talk about him, but they try to kill him. And then the story goes on. It's basically just a kind of a Mario plot of like, oh no, the princess gets kidnapped. We have to save her now. It's like the series was like the most EA's most easiest story you could imagine. It was barely any lore for
Okay. So as far as I understand, right, we have Kaina, we have this princess, and who's our main antagonist? Like the one who kidnapped the princess?
What's
Well,
this guy in the background with the black hair? That's the antagonist.
So basically, big boss we have at home.
Yeah, basically. Really generic boss you can find in like any show for that matter. Like a really bombastic old character that just wants power, basically. At the end of the series, he even controls an builder, and which is made by Toei Heavy Industries, like all of his anime.
Okay, and let me guess. Somehow risking the princess has the ability to save the Earth.
Kingdom? No. Well, in the movie kind of does, but no. In the anime, you have a bark cutter. This is basically a laser that can just fires. I mean, fuck. I need to find a gif of that because that's just insane. It's basically an overpowered laser that can just like GBE can just drill through a builder basically in one go. But then as a laser, but it's completely insane what the thing can do. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Goddamn effort.
Okay, and this laser somehow manages to save the Earth.
Yeah, I mean, it drills through a builder, basically. It's just kind of
Drills through a what?
a builder. You mean a builder from Blame? The builders that was just roaming around the Blame universe, endlessly building it.
Ah, okay. So
Uh,
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're
Right.
talking about.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh yeah, there's also some loot stuff in here, obviously. We're
Of course,
getting,
we have to. Yeah. We must show this to our audience.
yeah, yeah, it's nice. Have some cold
Speedrunning demonetization. Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Watch it if you want to watch it one day. It's a nice watch, but not the best thing in the world, you could say. But anyway, how were your holidays?
Who will start?
Who will start?
Okay.
Maybe the sacrifice.
Okay, I'll do the sacrifice.
Good.
The holidays. So
Sure.
let's start. Let's start with Christmas, right? So of course, this time I think like I gave more right to others than before. It actually like I'm reaching this age where it's feeling that like giving, becoming like more satisfactory than receiving. Like like getting into this dangerous like old adults zone. So yeah, I gave a lot of technology like phones, headphones, blah blah blah. But I received an interesting gift, right? So I'm into JDM cards, so Japanese cards, because of course, if you're into anime, you might be into cars, but those cars must be Japanese. So I received like a scale model of my car, like, and it's like this box is like actually from Japan, like everything's written in Japanese, like no marking of any English, nothing. And it's like a Gundam model that you have to build your car into. And I'm quite excited to assemble it, but it's a bit like daunting by how many parts it has. So I'm like keep on pushing it.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
So
Yeah, okay, nice.
that was my Christmas, and for New Year's, we shot fireworks. Hopefully, like trying to make sure, like when you're shooting fireworks, now you have like two selections, right? One is like a big firework, one big firework, like on a stick, right? Those are nice and dangerous, and then of course, like all fireworks are dangerous, but these ones are extra. And then you have the box full of like, let's say 15 fireworks, right? So we got that, shot it, worked perfectly. I was paranoid that it might flip and start shooting at the apartments. Thankfully, it didn't happen.
Your hand off, your eye out.
Yeah, I mean, like this happened once before. Like
you lost an eye before.
Yeah, like the thing is, right, that box has like 15, maybe 20, maybe 30 fireworks. And someone put the box, and when I was shooting, it flipped on its side. So now it started shooting fireworks horizontally to like every single fucking house. And then when it's shooting, the recoil makes it slightly like rotate. So it was like spreading fireworks 360 degrees all around.
Great. Sounds like a great time.
Yes.
Well, at least somebody survived to tell the tale, which makes it a better time, you know?
Yes. Not unscathed, but yes.
You're still alive.
Yes, that's what matters.
You know?
Oh, and I got myself eye surgery, so now I don't have to wear glasses.
Oh, nice. Till next year, if they get blown out, then you have to.
True. No protection now for the eyes. I have to be protective of the branches, right? I'm like walking past trees, and I completely forget I don't have glasses anymore.
All right, so like I like that you've kind of instinctively over the years. You know what? I just gonna walk through all this shrubbery
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
You know what? Fireworks didn't do it for me. Let's do it the trees, natural way, less chemicals.
you know, and now it's like, oh God, the trees, they're defending themselves somehow, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's it for me. What about our main
Well,
guy, Morse?
I
What about
mean, for
Me?
me,
But
who is gonna?
I
uh,
go ahead.
All right. Well, for me, Christmas was pretty much uneventful. I mean, I went back to my parents and spent most of the holidays there. I've met with people that I usually don't meet during the year. And I mean, the usual stuff, got some food and got some presents and watched the fireworks. At the beginning of the new year. And I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. The best gift I got is a mechanical keyboard. I really needed that because, I mean, usually I am content with shitty keyboards, but trust me, a decent mechanical keyboard is better to type on than something that is, I mean, that you are more likely than not going to change because it's going to ruin itself over time due to use. And I mean, that's all about. I mean, I don't have anything more to say. So, what about you, Qbhall?
I spend some time with family and stuff, and like you say, and I think in a country like this, is uneventful is good, you know. Oh,
Mm.
nobody was murdered, that is good.
no, we like that.
Um, you know,
I mean,
uh,
it's a good time to chill out and relax. And if you can't do that during the rest of the year as much as you can in during Christmas, and for me at least, it was mostly resting.
um,
That you,
yeah,
no, but
yeah, that's it's good it's kind of good to have the place so quiet because like I live near one of the largest contractors in Trinidad, so
Mhm.
usually is always a lot of noise up and down. Um, so that's good, a holiday for them is a holiday for me. They and yeah, well, fireworks is kind of a big thing here too, But
Mhm.
they I think the animals don't like it as much. Sometimes a lot of people dogs freak out. Like we had dogs, uh, they would run away. Like I think that they're more into noisy fireworks than just uh, you know stuff blowing up in the sky. Because
yeah, talking about dogs, right? They're planning like some people want to ban fireworks because it stresses out animals too much, and it's
Yeah.
like, what do you guys think about that?
I
I
mean,
mean, for the animals, it would be like I have a cat and he doesn't like it either. But still, I think fireworks are like part of the holidays because it's just fun to see and fun to put out there, obviously. But you can also overstate it, obviously, and just fucking explode anything with the power of a hand grenade that can just blow off your hand or your eyes or etc etc etc. So you shouldn't go overboard with it. I mean, it's here already, like banned in some uh towns. So, but still, people fire it because you can be on every place, everywhere, obviously. So, and now they want to do it like over the whole country. It's just banned all around just because people just are goddamn dumb and just flip shit around or buy too powerful or just shove it up in their ass and just light it up or something or some stupid shit like
well,
that.
those people should be allowed to do it. You know,
Just
I
That's
mean,
Darwin Dude's job, yeah.
freedom, freedom.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, look, if they're hurting themselves, that is okay, freedom for that too. I mean, you know, and then now I'm wondering if there's if there's special ones that I make just for that, because somebody,
special
um,
shit cities. It's
you
just
know,
really. to
Try
blow
not
each other up.
Just special
look.
fireworks which don't even lift up; they just explode. It's just
I mean,
Yeah,
Just to get rid of idiots.
I mean, there is a
mean-
distinction between fireworks, the ones that you see in the sky, and firecrackers, the ones that
Right.
people
Special ones
like.
you can just
The
swallow.
latter, the
and just
latter
fire up.
are sort of dangerous, and I've seen people hurting themselves on the streets during the holidays because they were careless. And I mean, people is dumb, so I have nothing against fireworks when done properly, and they are for the most part safe to use and fire. But when people blew Chinese firecrackers like that, I mean, it's stupid, and I don't see the appeal to use them. So I mean, and I live in a city, so there is. Hmm.
yeah. Like I mean, I guess it's not really a holiday unless somebody lose a few fingers.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, it's a tradition.
Yeah, but yeah, here there's like a lot of. I think there's like some weird laws with it. I think it's like technically illegal to blow them up, but it's not illegal to sell them. So I guess the law might imagine that. Well, these people are just buying them and hoarding them. They're never blowing them up. I'm not sure, but like there's a lot of things that illegal in Trinidad that that still happen. I mean, here in Trinidad, murder is illegal. You can believe that. I don't think people know it out here, but
almost anywhere, but
yeah, in theory. So, yeah, well, maybe it could be limited to like, I don't know, maybe the extra noisy ones could be in like public places, parks and that kind of stuff, not necessarily in residential, which is the problem. Like we used to have a lot of dogs, and plenty of them they used to run off into the bush, and we would never see them again. Some of them they would get heart attacks outside. A lot of people in Trinidad have like burglar proof around their house, and like sometimes dogs try to squeeze through it and injure themselves and stuff. So there's a lot of I think the volume of them here, like literally the audio volume of them is louder here. So some of them they don't make, like you say, firecrackers, but they do something here called busting bamboo. I don't know, maybe I could Google it or something, but yeah, they do something with the bamboo and it is exploded. I don't really know the mechanics of it, but yeah, a lot of people get injured with that too, but it's tradition,
Yeah, it's truly special. It's truly special to see like someone launching fireworks from their balcony. It's spicy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen videos that people try to fire up fireworks and just get in somebody else's apartment. It just blows up in there. Shit like that. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's one like tip how to make your own fireworks at home, right? You open the gas stove, right? Let the apartment fill with gas, and then just ignite the lighter. You'll make a big ass firework.
Nice. And I take
but you could only generally you could only do it once though.
Yeah, but it's a big bang. You don't need more.
Yeah, here we don't have like gas coming in from the roads through pipelines. Like a truck passes with like all these gas canisters on the back, right? And I just just imagine that. Imagine imagine this truck loaded up on the back. I'm amazed I don't think there's ever really been a big accident to them. Knock on wood, It's like a nuke on wheels driving around. Yeah, but we definitely don't want to deal with that. Yeah.
I think it's time to move on to a different topic, right, Mars?
Sure, yeah, blowing up each other's up sounds fun.
No, stay on the explosions.
We're gonna explode to something else.
Look, we probably gain subscribers here. Just from.
You made a good point.
Welcome to our podcast. Today I'll show you how to make homemade explosives. So it's not fun.
Yeah, I thought this podcast was some nerd shit. Oh, all these Chinese cartoons and
Chinese guys.
Nah, let's go to other retarded stuff. 4chan, also fun shit.
Oh
So
yeah,
basically, Blame was done for like 2 months, every day like 2 chapters. I can't open up with one because the N word and other shit they post on there, obviously. So they just gone through all of them and just, you know, add their own music to it, what they would think that would sound in Blame or would sound good when you read it, etc., etc., etc. And then a plethora of images from old websites that I've never seen before. And also somebody posted their whole collection of Sonicon, like 600 plus pictures they collected over the years. Like, so insane amount of shit on there.
So
What did they post?
Hmm?
So what you said they posted Sonic?
that's,
Sonic.
that's fucking Sonic. No, they posted Sonicon pics, like a map of like 600 Sonicon images on there, just a link to it. And obviously music that fits to it and whatnot, etc., etc., etc.
I'm sorry, I just had a brain fart. You said Sonic, like I heard Sonichu. Like someone started posting Sonic.
Bro, your mind is fucked. We can't help you then if you just.
You know what? I'm
If
gonna
you
say
choose to make Sonic
I
then
heard
you're
it too.
fucked.
I heard it too. You know, is a Mandela effect right here. I definitely heard it too. Yeah.
Blame Special Edition now featuring Sonichu.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
you know, but I mean that just means that everybody is always thinking about it all the time. I mean, it lives rent free
Yeah.
in everybody's
Now we got
head.
Chris and everybody is thinking about
You know, but I mean, hey, look, I guess the guy made a cultural impact. You know, we had to say that. Look at where I'm from. I'm from a country nobody ever heard of, and I know about this. You know, so I mean, that's just how. You know, we should all aspire to make the impact, not in the same way,
Yeah.
not in the same way, but
Great.
you know, as big of an
great.
impact. You know?
But anyway, off from Sonic 2 to actually something. And after that, the noise, all of it. And after that, Black Mechanic spin-off. And then some other stuff that's from all the games, Neon Sea, Black Bear, Signals, etc., etc., etc. Echo. Well, the links go on. Mods, also mods I provided, because there was also in those threads and also provided a lot of shit. My own list of NIA sites that I collected over the years and other shit, and just a lot of info that day. But so I could get some stuff out there, obviously, some interesting stuff, or like literature racks, or like, games I never heard of, like what was it here?
Oh, yeah,
Baroque,
Yeah,
or
that's
something like that. It's also pretty interesting.
Baroque, yeah, that's I look at a lot of I show you guys look at a lot of these video essays for old games nobody ever heard of. Yeah, this is one
a really experimental game.
Wait, it's made by Atlas?
Yeah.
It's the same company that made Persona.
Yes.
Damn, eh? So this serious shit.
It's pretty interesting game altogether. It's really experimental. It's like a game that you have to play and die over and over and over to get the story and a bit of the gameplay. But it's majority just a story.
Am I imagining like it's released in 2008, but it's for PlayStation 2?
Yeah, there's been a re-release also from it, so it's like released like 2 times over span of a few years.
Hey guys, let's release a video game for our console that's been like dead for 2 years already because PlayStation 3. I wonder why it doesn't sell.
Oh no, that actually is a remake. The original one was on Sega Saturn, so that's a 3D remake. The original
it's a remake of it. It's a completely different box art too.
So, but this game wasn't originally released for PlayStation 2.
No, it's a remake.
But a remake of Sega Saturn?
Right, but it's been remade in 3D, by the way. So like the original one had like it was 3D dungeons, but I think all the characters were sprites. You know, like how they you know they had that kind of mix back in the day because they, oh look at this crazy monster, like, and we could draw like 6 polygons here. So we're gonna need to use a sprite for this. So I think they had sprite characters and enemies overlaid over like a 3D uh but simple 3D like Doom like corridors and things from what I remember. Uh,
Yeah, let me.
I think it's actually been re-released on a Switch. I think there
Look at this kind of art.
Uh-huh. It's definitely doesn't look very how should I say?
right,
It's very specific. Like I don't know how to compare it to something. Like I would compare it to like I have no mouth and I must scream. Like it's
Yeah, kind of like that. It's kind of that experimental thing. And you also go through a mecha structures. Basically, the plot is that a spaceship crash landed on the planet that destroyed everything on the planet. Only the tower is left from it, still standing, and you have to go through it through get the meaning of why it all happened and more like philosophical questions, etc., etc. It's just you have to kind of play it to get it. Really, it's not something you easily explain, and it has only been like fan translated since a year ago or something. Before that, people were just using whatever just to get through the story. So
oh, here's the reason why it was on PS2.
Yeah.
It was actually remade for the Wii, right?
Oh.
That was so I don't know if if you ever noticed this, but like when stuff was remade for the Wii, there was like, oh well, this is kind of similar in power to PS2, so they would release a version for PS2 which had like still a huge install base. So there's
Okay.
actually like a few games that are like that. Baroque is one. I think Silent Hill Shattered Memories was one that was both on PS2 and Wii. Kind of a weird, and like the Wii used to get kind of downgraded versions of PS3 and 360 games,
Uh-huh.
like a different version. So like those games actually would sometimes come to the PS2 also. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's like, yeah, well, as long as we're making it for this console where it mightn't sell, because I mean, a lot of these kind of mature games, not really, people mightn't necessarily buy a Nintendo platform to play them, or the people that have a Nintendo platform mightn't.
Okay, so I can see it was also released for PlayStation. Like so
yeah,
I guess
like a year
Saturn.
later.
Then it got ported to PlayStation. Then they remade it for PlayStation 2 and Wii.
Right.
And-
So but those Sega Saturn and PlayStation versions are entirely different. They in terms of like
the
all
PlayStation
sprite
2 is
yeah.
more anime-like, you could say, the characters too.
Okay,
but-
so like which version should I play?
Probably the first
you know,
version because of the aesthetic, because the second version is more anime-like, more anime logic. So it's it doesn't
Yeah,
play as great as the original, basically.
I think a lot of people actually like the Saturn version because that one I think the Saturn actually had like a lot more 2D power. I think Koma knows about it.
No, I mean, it was a different kind of 3D, but I mean, I can't imagine the reasons why it was also released on the Saturn. But I mean, the two consoles were comparable, even if the Saturn was way more difficult to program for because it had two CPUs, unlike the PS1, which was way easier to program for.
But
Okay.
I'll say this though, the Saturn had like a lot more RAM. I think it had like 4 MB of RAM versus the I think the PS1 had like 1. So like if a lot of fighting games that had 2D characters, like the X-Men versus Street Fighter.
So is it like
but you need to you need to get, like, for some games there was a RAM expansion cartridge. So
oh yeah, but even the base RAM was more on the Saturn without the expansion.
Without, I don't remember exactly, but it could be. But some games were very, very difficult to, and you needed to have more RAM in the cartridge.
I mean, you can always download more RAM.
Well, so they say, so the internet legend goes,
Yeah, but basically in here it was basically like Yeah, in the wiki it says original version takes place using first-person perspective using tank controls, native 3D environments while interacting with 2D sprites. So basically, it's basically a sort of Doom kind of deal, and then later on it got fully 3D. That's basically the whole shebang of the whole thing. It even got ported to Switch for some reason. Even that
Hey,
thing
look,
got ported to
I,
them.
I I mean, I think it's the same kind of reasons. Like, look, we have this kind of retro looking thing. We just trying to get as much return as we could. Look, just put it on the Switch. People just might
Buy
just buy it.
anything.
Yeah,
It's not only
they
it's not only on Switch; it's also on iOS. So it's kind of problem.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
well, like
Garage
even
Bad
me there.
Day is also
Look,
on.
these iPhone people, they don't know what they're buying. They might just buy anything. They have all kinds of money. You see somewhere saying yes, buy it, just
Smash the
buy it.
head against the phone and just buy it.
Yeah, somebody might dial and buy Baroque. They probably sell more that way than anything. Oh no, I buy some kind of weird satanic game.
But
Well,
it
what
was also the same case with Garage, for instance, like from the 90s. Was also ported on, completely remade on iOS for the Apple
What,
Store, for instance. It's
what's
also
that game?
pretty weird.
What,
Garage.
I don't know that one. Garage.
Yeah, Garage. Let me find it.
But what is that? Is like a garage band or what?
Oh, also a weird game.
Like porting a game from like let's say you have PlayStation 2 and you have Wii, right? Like I don't imagine how you can port successfully a game between those two because they are such different consoles. Just the way you control everything, but not only that, also the power. Like the Wii is like how weak is Wii? Like was it like PlayStation 1 level or something?
No, that
Um,
was some people say. I don't necessarily agree, but people kind of compare it to two GameCubes kind of taped together. So the maximum output was 480p, while other stuff was doing 720p.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
I don't know how you
um,
can port the game without completely redoing it again from Wii to
well,
PlayStation 2.
like now even between the PS2
I'll
and Wii, there
remember
were
that.
actually downgrades that they had to make it run on a PS2. By the way, it's kind of, like I say, it's kind of an interesting thing because, like, yes, basically it seems like it was easier to sell it on PS2 than to have upported it and and made it for PS3 and 360, because then you would have to have more work, because you'd have to put in like more effort into the
Okay, gotcha,
textures and models and stuff. You'd have to make it
gotcha.
better. It's not like now. I
Okay,
think the landscape was a little different.
I'm really interested, like seeing on the screen, Garage. What the hell
Yeah,
is that?
Garage Bad Dreams is
People might be
basically
more.
an really experimental game from like the 90s, from 1996, yeah, 69, yeah, and which was almost lost for like 20 years because people couldn't find the copies because there was a really limited edition or limited stock of the game because the company went bankrupt, so they couldn't really sell that much, like 5,000 units or something like that. So nobody had the game for a long time and couldn't run it till someday it just got ported to the iOS store. And basically, it's kind of like set in this huge structure. Blame, obviously, again,
Ah,
was before Blame.
Wait. Okay, so what you're saying is it was first released on PlayStation 1, right?
Wait, let me see on
Okay,
the
let's just say old console, right? But like,
yeah.
is the old console version still lost, and we only have the
No,
port?
that's found. That's found now, but people couldn't play it for a long time because it was really rare and really expensive to buy, so nobody could really get to it for a long time. And then
hold
even
on.
before that,
It,
nobody
it
could get it because nobody could buy it because there were no copies left anymore. So it was kind of like in this hazy place for a while. There was
it was
also no.
released for PC, by the way. It wasn't released for PS1.
Yeah, PC and Mac OS. It's a really bizarre choice.
Yeah, it was a
But
weird development story
but point,
behind.
but it's a point and click adventure though. I think I think PC is the place for those. I mean, look, you have a pointing device, so
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, it was from 1999 was all originally posted.
Dystopian world similar to Kowloon Walled City,
Yeah,
inhabited by biomechanical entities trapped on a web of. Damn. Okay, this
all
sounds
right.
it's
interesting.
something already.
So
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody did a video essay on it.
Oh, they did. It's already on YouTube. Yeah, somebody already went through the whole
All
history of
right,
the whole
all right.
game,
So
from being lost to found and then put on iOS, etc., 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 and Steam later on. Even last year was put in Steam.
And
Damn.
it even has really good ratings. Like on Steam, it's like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a cult classic, you could say. Like, it's not really your normal game, basically. So
yeah,
basically, the plot of the whole thing is like you have all these kinds of robots that run on batteries, and they try to find their way home, or like they try to find something in life that was lost, that like they have some kind of memory of a past life. So they try to find that, only the obstacles are really weird, puzzling, and you have no clue where the fuck you need to go. So it's like not the easiest game to get through, basically. And you're also on a timer, so you can't walk or like run forever. It's like just really weird gameplay.
all right. You,
Dude.
you mentioned I have no mouth and I must scream. That PC game, it remind the oppressive atmosphere and stuff reminds me of that. That is a messed up game. That I don't know. You're aware that there was an adventure game based on that, by the way? Uh,
On what, on this?
on no on I have no mouth and I must scream.
No. I mean, there was made a game for it, like back in the 90s, but beyond that, don't.
Right, yeah. Well, that is the adventure game I'm talking about.
Oh, that you mean? Oh, yeah. Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, that's very messed up. I wonder if there was any. What's the timeline like? This is 1999. I wonder when that was released.
Whoa, okay. First release of the game was limited to 3,000 copies.
Yeah. It was like almost nothing to to get. That's why it was lost for so goddamn long. Trying anybody to get and to really play it on a software that nobody had anymore.
When
Well,
a used copy of the game appeared on trading site Saruga, it initially had an asking price of 300,000 yen.
those are
So
like
that's like
$300.
$3,000, right?
Yeah.
Wait, is it 300 or 3,000?
3,000.
300,000 yen.
Yeah, but
Jesus.
what is that? What is that? What is the exchange rate?
It's like $3,000, somewhere around there.
Okay, so
Lots. Yeah.
I
We're
guess
talking like the levels like of more obscurity than a Serial Experiments lame PlayStation 1 game. This is something really special.
Yeah. It's it's in the same vein, but now no cute anime girls in this one. We're a bit more cryptic than Lane F would be.
yeah. Let me see some of the characters in this game. You see, one problem is it's hard to search for. Oh, garage. Oh, what? Yeah, no,
Yeah, that's what I
that's
said.
not gonna cause problems to my searching. Maybe that is why it was never
Rush Bad
sold,
Dream. by the
People
way.
were looking for it and they couldn't friggin' find it.
I mean,
Oh, you people
Bad
have
Dream. You need to put Bad Dream behind it to get it.
okay. I wonder if they had that. Oh yeah, I don't know if you remember. There's a character here that they have. It reminds me of Oddworld. Oddworld, Abe's Exodus and Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. Those are some.
Not really.
Yeah, it's like those are some PS1 era games too that they have these same kind of dystopian characters. I wonder if they were inspired too.
I mean, also, yeah, I don't know. The 90s had a lot of weird experimental games because they were just finding out like what works for the market basically, and just trying all kinds of different shit just to get it work.
And
I mean, you had
and I think
also a conspiracy game that talks about all the conspiracies of the 90s, basically, like, aliens, Pizzagate, etc. etc. Well, Pizzagate was not the 90s, but you get what I mean. That was also a name. What was it called again? It was also some weird game. Was
Not
never
not.
finished, by the way.
Okay. I was gonna say Deus Ex, the conspiracy,
No,
but
not that one. Another one. What's it called again? Fuck.
I mean, like I love DSX conspiracies because, like, for example, they didn't have like in the first game the Twin Towers.
yeah.
It was before the whole debacle, and the reason why it didn't have Twin Towers was because of memory limitations.
Right. No, but I heard that they're actually in the files for the game.
Did they like, because like as far as I'm aware, like developers said they couldn't put it in because like it was above the skybox or something. Like the towers were that large, so they couldn't actually fit them. So the explanation in game was like the terrorists exploded the Twin Towers, and yeah.
Hey, look now. No, I think the idea of the game was that the guy wanted it to be that every conspiracy theory is true. Now, when something in your game comes true, now I begin to wonder about everything else. So
Oh, it's like the Simpsons effect, right? In The Simpsons, you get like all types of like things where they're predicting the future, and eventually sometimes you get it right.
But is it always sometimes though? Because that is a huge one to get right. That is we could at least say that is a big one. That's a big one, Getting that right. That's a.
Well, what can I say? It's all things with time always go down.
Yeah, but I mean, when was that? Like 2 years later?
I don't know. Like, what was Deus Ex released? Like 99?
There was also not some like in the recent release of the game, like a clone of him was found in a vault or something, that he died, and a clone was put in his place or something like that when he gone to a different facility.
Really?
What?
Yeah, there's something from Oddheader. Yeah, Oddheader. I made a bit about it.
One of my favorite conspiracy theories is about the game itself in Deus Ex, right? Because you never get to know the actual name of the main protagonist. They say J.C. Denton, right?
Yeah.
So the main theory is that it's actually J.C. means Jesus Christ Denton.
Well, I'll level with you. I always assume that.
Yeah, because like the sheriff or someone, like the director or someone, is calling like Jesus Christ Denton, and like people are like, wait, it's J.C. Denton, and he's being called Jesus Christ Denton.
Look, I mean, these one stupid people making that game. So they told that guy that, yeah, I want you to say this line, yeah, that's great, But everybody always remembers, and I remember it too, how does it go? I spill my drink.
Yeah, definitely.
That is
What a shame.
That's burned in my memory, This guy.
What a shame.
That's a classic.
Wonderful.
And I know the old adage, whenever anybody mentions Deus Ex, somebody has to install it or reinstall it. I should say. Yeah, that is a lot of people say, there's like a lot of systems you don't really use and stuff, like swimming. Swimming is underutilized. It doesn't make sense to put points into that. But I think for games like this, I think it's important to have stuff that you don't necessarily use, or that because I mean, it's your choice. That is the whole idea, and you could make a bad choice. You could put all your points into swimming, and there's not a lot of use for it. I thought that is really the kind of game that.
Talking about choices, right? Now that you mention, and somehow tying this into anime and Japanese culture. Have you guys ever like played recently any visual novels?
No, really, no.
Not recently.
I need to. I think I have I had modded a 3DS and I had put Corpse Party on it. I see that was highly rated among. But I don't know. I really haven't gotten much into that art form at all. The closest was probably some of them point and click adventure games. I don't know if you know
Of
uh,
course.
Deja Vu from way back. That was I played that on the NES, and I had no idea. I don't, you know about it? Is a
No, it doesn't ring a bell. I used to play like random point and click adventure games that I would find like in my supermarket
oh wow.
baskets. Yeah.
That's I've heard of that. Sorry, what country are you from again?
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Okay, so these
Okay,
were
like that company, right, that I mentioned. You would usually, I mean, like in Walmart, I imagine USA it's the same, right? You go into like any like regular like supermarket, right, and in the like metal cage basket thing, you have like a large selection of like cheap knockoff games on PC, for example. So there was like this company called Akalote RK, and they were like I'm not sure. I think they were like a Russian or like a Lithuanian company. I think it was Russian company, video game company. But the main thing is they translated the games into Lithuanian, so they were selling, for kids those games. And I played a lot of them. And later, like nowadays, like I decided, you know what? I kind of miss those days, a little bit of nostalgia. Let's check out how it's like a lot that Record is doing. So I went on, and they got sued to hell because they were copying games illegally and literally just like redoing the language and just repackaging and selling it. So my entire childhood was a lie. I played a bunch of
well.
games, and their names were completely different from the original. So now I have no idea what games I played.
Oh shit.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I like that though. I like. But you know what? We should still thank them because they gave an opportunity to see stuff that people in the country might not be able to afford otherwise.
Oh, definitely. Like, especially
Uh,
like if like you have a large language barrier, right? Like, not everyone like when they were 8 years old know English, so it was definitely quite an experience. I was just like a little bit disappointed that they didn't come up with those ideas themselves. They had to copy, but
uh, did it? So wait, you were never able to figure out the real game for any of them.
No, I think I figured out like a couple of them, but definitely not all. Like one was like really good one, a strategy game. It's like Age of Empires kind of thing. It was called Order 2. I don't know. So it's like Horde 2. I don't know what the hell happened to the first part because it was never released in Lithuanian. It was just the Horde 2. So you got to play that. And I think I managed to find the original. But then there was this legendary one called Keliedo. So On the Road 2. And that thing is fucking vaporware. I don't know.
Oh man.
Like, where is it from? But like every single kid from my country played it. It's basically you're driving a truck around like a map, and you're basically delivering everything. So I guess you would call it how is it called? Like a truck simulator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So something like that, just like from like early 2000s, with horrible graphics. And if you go into one location, you get attacked by an attack helicopter. So
Whoa.
it's
Why
wild.
deliver? Why deliver exactly?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's like one area where you're not supposed to go, and it's you get attacked by a attack helicopter. Good memory.
That guy.
You know
That's
what?
kind of Easter egg.
It would be really cool if that was the one game that they did make. Because I think I heard of stuff like that, like where, yeah, this company they only used to translate games, but they made one game, or they only used to port games, but they made one game of their own. Maybe that was
Maybe.
those guys.
Maybe that was the one. Yeah, but now I remember, right? When you're accepting offers of delivering a package, right? Like delivering, I don't know, like a bunch of milk, like a couple of tons. Like you get to see like the people's like like icons, how they look, like the people who are like giving you the order. And like it looked like from like really bad early 2000s dating sites, like the profile pictures.
Oh shit!
It was
You know what?
definitely had its charm. Maybe not in the best way, but definitely memorable.
You know what? It would be cool if those were actually people. You know, like, what the hell are you doing on this game? You know?
Oh yeah. Like definitely, I would not be surprised if it was like from actual like people and just like basically like photoshopped a little bit.
So like like Mr. Sparkle. You know? Oh, what the hell are you doing on this game in some other country that ain't nobody ever hear about? You know? Well, a Lithuanian game. You know, and I'm a Filipino bachelor. You know,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
whatever. And I know there's like what's funny is like there's no way that you could ever let these people know either. You know, that's
Yeah. Like
they'll
there's
never
like
know.
I am considering, right? Because like I like to archive, but it's like I'm really like not getting like that into modern anime. Like it's like doesn't do it for me, and it's like I'm thinking maybe I should archive something that is a little bit more useful. For example, stuff from my own country. But it's like it doesn't have like this like when you're from your own country, right, and you know about some stuff that other people around the world might not know, it doesn't seem as romantic and like as mysterious to you as to people from other
But to them, yeah, because who the fuck knows some games from Lithuania? Nobody.
exactly, and you know about them and you don't really find them that interesting because it's normal for you, but it's not for them. And it's like I kind of should do that, but like there's like no like this mysterious romanticism, no motivation to do that. So
I definitely think you should do it because you might be surprised. Like there's this one guy, Stika. You can check out his YouTube channel, and he from Portugal.
mm,
And like there's like weird stuff there that never was released elsewhere because I guess there's programmers there that making stuff only for that region, and apparently Sega was
What's the
big
name
there.
of the guy?
ST1KA. There's a one in place of the I. Sticker. And it's a purple wizard. You should see the
ST1.
KA.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's from Portugal, and he reviews like all kinds of games. But then he sometimes has these things of like weird games from his region, and similar to you is like I think some of the stuff is like it's not known elsewhere. Like I didn't know that there were so many NES clones all over the place in Portugal, well, all over Europe, like Russia. I think they call them Tendi or something over there. Like that was there, whatever. Because I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna subpoena somebody from Russia for making illegal bootleg NESs. Who are you gonna go to bring them? You're gonna extradite them from Russia, to Japan or whatever. So it's like kind of the Wild West.
I'm sorry, I will interrupt you. Right? You mentioned like so Pina like copyright. There has been an important development in copyright space this year. Finally, Mickey
Steamboat
Mouse
Willie.
became
Steamboat
in
Willie.
public domain. Like in 2024, finally, after 95 or how many years, this
Steamboat Willie.
finally lost the goddamn legal fight for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
So now
for Steamboat Willie only, not the modern versions. So you can just make games and movies and whatnot over Steamboat Willie.
yeah, but that includes Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
But
the
no, I'm
first
not sure.
version of them though.
Right, is that version? So like, I think they might still try to jam me up if you use anything beyond that. And I think it's something
just
that's
that
for Batman
one
too.
version you can use basically.
But I do think it's good though.
100 years.
It's like one win, for David versus Goliath. This is like because they were trying to extend it. They extended it before, right?
Oh yeah, many
Yeah.
times.
Right.
Many times. Like they completely fucked over the entire like copyright system. It's just for Mickey Mouse.
And it just shows, it's like this would never apply to anybody else. Only you guys have this special privilege that you could extend this thing forever. And I
But the
mean,
thing is, right, when they're extending it for everyone. That is like all the other content, right, gets extended because they're not extending the law for themselves. They're extending the law that is for the entire copyright system. So they were completely fucking over the entire copyright system, which was, if I remember correctly, at the beginning it was like after the author's death, plus 30 years or something like that.
right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sure, 17 years nowadays.
even but here's another thing that I think about, right? When I think about it like that, I thought it was only for them, by the way. So you corrected me there. Even if they didn't extend it, they would still be the established brand that's making this thing. And it's not like to say all these people are suddenly going to be making that. I mean, you're going to go to the guy that it came from if you're still making the best one, I guess. And then it's for stuff that they don't even use anymore. When last time they made a Mickey Mouse cartoon, really? Well, a good one. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I already seen some trailers for a movie they're gonna do. The same as Winnie the Pooh when that came free. They're gonna make a movie out of that, and in games. So already, so that's gonna be shit.
What you're saying, because what I gained from what you're saying is that you're finally gonna see a huge explosion in Steamboat Willie erotic fan fiction publishing.
Yeah.
I don't think they were concerned about copyrights before.
You know what? But now they could sell it.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
You're not thinking deranged enough. You're still in your box or whatever. You gotta be crazy.
You gotta sell the hentai.
I mean, I love when I watched some YouTubers, right, saying finally Steamboat Willie is free out of the copyright system. So the first thing they did, they made shirts with Steamboat Willie and basically Mickey Mouse approves fentanyl or something like that. it's like,
what did they do? They made what? Mickey Mouse what?
Mickey Mouse T-shirts, right? And it says Mickey Mouse approves fentanyl, and fentanyl is basically a hardcore heroin type of thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice.
You know what? I mean, I'm sure back in those days, heroin was basically aspirin. So you know what he did? What didn't they prescribe heroin for back in the day? Oh, depressed heroin.
We're going from Steamboat Willie to hard drugs.
Yeah, but he's bringing a good point, right? Steamboat Willie has been released in 1928, I think that was the date. And back in the day, he might be actually right. Heroin might have been used as an actual medicine.
It's been cocaine was in Coca-Cola for a while, in the early days.
Years ago, I was in an old drugstore. Well, and they had an old timey bottle, and I swear to God, it marked cocaine. Just give me a teaspoon of cocaine for what ails me. Maybe it was empty, maybe they just kept it for old time's sake. But that was all these drugs that, and I saw some of the drugs they're selling probably worse than cocaine. You know what? Maybe the cocaine actually has less side effects than some of the shit.
Bro, you're not monetizing this video at all.
We've never monetized anything.
Thank
yeah,
goodness.
But you know what? It's so unmonetized. It's gonna start taking money from you. It's reverse money. You gotta pay
money from me.
Yeah. Man, you'll get message from YouTube, man, I don't know, dude. I cannot
give me
keep
some
this video on.
Hard drugs, we can't have that here, bro.
Dude, we are trying to keep it online, but dude, I don't know.
They fucked me over once when I streamed some short from an anime or something like that, and it just threw me off the air, and I don't even know for what exactly.
And the video was on YouTube, right? That's the craziest thing. The video itself was on YouTube. So why that channel ain't getting kicked? What the hell is this shit?
Man, Jesus. Okay. I wanted to ask, right? I'm going all over the place. But have you guys heard of this animation called Mars Express?
Yes.
I thought it's I mean, I'm just so glad to see anything 2D because like I'm always looking for. I mean, obviously Japan is making it, but I want to see all the other stuff
Yeah.
that.
It's
Yeah,
French,
Made,
right?
yeah, it's
yeah,
from
yeah.
French. Yeah, and somebody is making made it last year. Now it's gonna come to the Netherlands. So I'm gonna see it in the cinema in like
All
Rotterdam or
right,
something like that.
So
that's
is
great.
there any way to view it online, or is this only cinema experience right now?
It's only for now. It's only on in cinema for festivals, for instance. For now, maybe it gets on Blu-ray, DVD, etc., etc., etc. later on. But there's no way to watch it online. Just the
So
trailers for now.
so to some of the viewers, right? There is a thing called camera, right? So when you go to it, put your like phone in the pocket and just set it to like
Yeah, but that's
record.
so shit. That's terrible.
I mean, yeah,
It's
but,
so-
like that festival is not coming to my country. I can guarantee you that.
I mean,
Bro,
look.
you always have torrent sites you can
Yeah,
download shit from.
eventually, you know.
Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting, like, make a video and upload it to the website.
It's just a shitty video that's thrown out. Get back in real life.
Yeah, you know. Well, you know, I had to say, even as backwards as Trinidad is, even I can't stand a cam. Like I will just not watch something. I'll just wait. You know, like I don't know. It depend. I guess it depends on what it is though. There's these, you know, the Ghibli shorts that they only show in the cinema in
Yeah.
Studio Ghibli. People have cam versions of those, and I don't even want to watch those things. You know, it's like you know what? I'll die not seeing this. It's okay. It's not that big a deal. You know. You know, but then you know what? They also need to start working on a AI that could decam cam. You know, make cams great again. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I
Somebody,
mean, like, that we're now managed to get to the topic of cam videos, right? Like someone, like, I remember someone was complaining, like, I was watching a cam video of this movie, and like the dude who was filming it took the recorder, right, like the fucking video camera, turned it around to his face and said, "Oh, this is my favorite part." Then he pointed to the movie. It's just
Sounds
uh,
genius.
hey, you know what? That would be a cool. That would be a cool a movie idea. A guy
Psych.
filming.
You can't see it anymore. It's my face.
Oh, it's like a fourth wall break.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Fucking paprika over here.
I'm like seriously considering to just stitch together a movie, Mars Express, from just trailers.
Well, there's
You know
not
what?
much out there. So you can't.
we're gonna
10
need more
minutes,
AI.
man.
You know, we're gonna need to combine Chat GPT and Grok.
Oh no,
And,
no. We already have one like that. Oh Christ, no. Oh no. Oh no.
We might-
Wait. We already have something shitty like that. What's it called again? Fuck. Oh no. Oh no. There's literally a movie in Japan made with AI motion capture from fucking what's it called? VR chat. It looks horrible.
Excuse me.
VR chat, all right.
Yes,
the program
yes.
with 3D
Yeah.
models where you can meet people online using a VR or without a VR, right?
Yeah, you don't need a VR. Wait, have you played VR chat, Koma?
Yes, I did.
How many hours do you have?
Not many, maybe 15 hours.
Okay. No, like, man. So okay, show us like that. I'm very interested about that anime made with
Yeah.
AI and only motion capture. That sounds like a
Look,
horrible idea.
and you know what? Is probably gonna look better than some of the CG anime that they're bringing out. You know,
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Fuck off.
How is it even called? Does anyone have a name?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. You know, I didn't know.
What
I don't know.
was
It was on Twitch.com, right? This anime
I know.
was streamed on Twitch. An anime made with AI with VR chat as a base. I mean, because I think I saw it once many months ago when it was airing on Twitch. I don't know if that was the original channel or some other channel.
I can find
So,
it.
so this is like a fan project, or
No, it's an official thing that they made, unfortunately.
24/7 I generated anime on Twitch.
No, not one. Wait, I got it already. The world's first full-length animation that uses AI generation stable diffusion throughout the film. Yeah, let me type this out.
Will the channel be banned? For this too?
No, not showing footage. So we will not die yet.
I like that you said yet. Something's coming. Not yet though.
but the only thing that for now the like AI and like our artistic area has dominated is creating non-copyrighted thumbnails for YouTube videos.
Ah.
It's like I noticed like a lot more YouTubers started using like AI to generate thumbnails.
Yeah.
Because like they just don't want to bother anymore checking if the image has copyright or not. And
Right.
like
Yeah,
this
It would be funny if we like flashed forward to the
Shiga-
future and
so it's like Shiga Utsukushi.
basically, who said death was beautiful?
Jesus, the name is like one of the novels.
Yeah, basically. I mean, wait, let me go to a better website real quick. Yeah, here you go. Motion capture and generative AI.
Shiga Utsukushi.
Yeah, don't bother with that.
all right. So was the name generated by AI too?
It sounds like it.
I mean, I've seen trailers of it. It's not good. It's not. not.
No.
And you're not able to even play the trailer on the stream, right?
Who knows? God only knows. We only need our AI.
We can
You know
try.
what? We need our AI to tell you if we're gonna.
Oh my god, I'm watching it. It's so bad.
Look here. Oh wait, let me turn up the volume.
あの日、青いガスが
I get into.
Yeah, no audio. That's how they get you. Move your cursor around a little bit and like back and forth the screen.
Look at it, their eyes and their fucking look.
Like what I can say.
Void, bro.
What I can say right instantly. What I noticed, I can see like these like slight hand twitch movements. So you get those from poor motion tracking. Like you always see that in VR chat, and I can see this in the movie.
Yeah, like they fucking go in VR chat and just made this shit thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised we managed to find like some areas where there's no furries.
Zombie furries, yes. The Walking Dead, but even shittier.
Oh my god. Okay, I mean, it is definitely a first, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully,
hopefully it'll last. Hopefully.
Well, I mean, look,
it's
probably
so bad. It's not funny even. It's just like, who the fuck is so lazy to make this shit? And they even sell this in theaters, by the way, for money.
Yeah, that's the most fucking weird part. Right? I would imagine like, okay, this is like a high production quality YouTube project or like a festival thing. But if they're selling this at a festival, like at an actual movie theater, we're reaching like new lows of what kind of quality we're putting in like in theaters.
Well,
Thought
I mean, look,
Berserk was bad. Look at this shit.
that guy
Yeah,
sold. Didn't that guy sell The Room? You know, all kind of stuff this gets sell. You know, this fucking
the
like,
It's
room,
better than this.
the room was perfect in its own right. Okay.
and you know what? We're looking at The Room here. You know, it's a race to the bottom. You know, this is
I mean, I've seen anime from the 90s from like CGI, and like that's pretty bad nowadays. But back then, it was so expensive to make. That was so impossible to do all that. So yeah, for the time, it probably looked really good, and nowadays it looks like ass. But there's something to collaborate on this. It is just fucking lazy as shit. It is like
But wait. Okay, let's think about it. Right. Okay. It's the first attempt. Maybe they'll get better. I don't know about it.
no,
But it's quite it's quite interesting, right? Now you don't even have to act at the same location as other actors, right? Now you can actually film a movie of someone acting in his own fucking room. This is like wild. I'm not saying this movie is good. I'm saying the technology is wild.
even before it didn't necessarily need to be in the same place as long as they weren't interacting. Like sometimes there would be actors that never met, and they'd be talking to each other too. That's the next crazy thing. But they just kind of edit the scenes together, but they weren't there on the same day. You could even now people still do that stuff. But what I think might be this could be used as a starting point, and then you would need to go in by hand and fix all that stuff. It could at least give you a starting point. That's why I think it could be useful.
But the thing is, right? It's like we had like some like the biggest example that I can think of a starting point, which was incredible from the beginning, is Toy Story, right? Toy Story basically started the entire like 3D animation movie genre, and it did it so well from the first try. But if this is what we're seeing from the first try from motion capture, like VR type of thing with generative AI, it's a bit sad. It's like I
really lazy.
Yeah.
I think they put more effort into being first than being good, which might be different from Toy Story. They wanted to be good, even if they were first.
Yeah. But for the scripts, like this Takahiro Tsuki made stuff for like Berserk the Golden Age arc, Doro, Batman Gotham Knight. They did actually some decent stuff, and then just gonna go to this shit. I'm like, how the fuck are you going from like well-known things that somebody made to something like shitty like this just to get some paycheck or something like that?
I'll say this though. Sometimes you don't know what these people's role actually is. And like Kathleen Kennedy, some people, she was involved in a lot of big shows, but does that mean that she could make those shows alone? Maybe not. Could she make? And this guy, he was alongside stuff that you think was good, but how instrumental was he? Really, even if somebody they appear to be high up, like a producer. Sometimes these roles so nebulous is like, yeah, well, they weren't actually in the trenches making this thing. They weren't making any creative decisions. It might be like that.
I mean, some people have said it was like most likely in like PS1 inspiration or like vibe to it, but like that's how far I get with this stuff. Yeah.
Why the zombie genre? Like it's been dead for quite a while.
I don't know, man. Just to try to get something easy in because horror is like an entry point into lots of directors. Like lots of directors, their first movies were horror movies. Does he make this?
Here's what I think. It's similar to like Toy Story. When they were making Toy Story, they knew that they couldn't quite make human characters yet. So when they made them toys, their plastic look wasn't as bad. It wasn't as noticeable, because they do look plastic. Because they are plastic, many of them. Maybe it was the same thing like this. Well, these characters will look stilted and disjointed, like zombies. So let's make a show about zombies. And
not even that hides it. How bad the head twitching is, or how the mouths look, or like
zombies twitch. Zombies' mouths don't work good, except maybe when they're eating you. But I don't know. just trying to you see, you know, like how sometimes people they try to find a killer. You know, we gotta become like a killer and think like a killer. I try and think like these insane people. You know, what could they have been thinking? Oh, that's what they was thinking. You know, or maybe they wasn't thinking. I don't know. But I guess let me just say maybe it could only get better from here. You know, I don't know.
Hopefully, I really hope so.
I know with Shrek, for instance, that lots of people were sent to Shrek that didn't do good on their other titles, for instance. Thus, they went over to that because they thought Shrek was going to be shit and nobody's going to watch it. But it became, you know, an all-time classic, and everybody and their mother was watching it back in the day. So, like, it could be something like that, although Shrek looked better back then than all this shit. So,
Okay,
you know,
I'll tell one
it
positive
will
thing.
take a long time to get
Yeah.
anywhere.
But there's a positive thing to it, right? Now you don't really need a really huge studio, right? Like there's going to be a lot more trash, but a lot more passion projects, a lot more projects that
Yeah,
actually come
same
from
with
the
games.
heart, not really from like trying to like make as much money as possible, how it is now with Hollywood. Like it was always with Hollywood that you have to make as much money as possible, right? But
Yeah.
now it feels like you have like multiple directors, multiple like writers on the one project, and it becomes such a gray mess from the entire thing. It feels so artificial, so safe, so without
Yeah,
any
true.
interesting points to it that the genre of movie making is like feeling like it's going like it's dying. And now with these tools, maybe people will be able to make something very high production quality looking, right? Without the huge budget. But
I
it's
mean,
not
yeah, it's
here.
been
It's
done.
not here right now.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been done
Okay,
before. I
wait.
mean, like, there's
We,
movies that made
you know,
like film students in a university and they made movies, and then suddenly, and those people didn't want to wait for years and years to be a director. No, they want to direct now, so they just made all these kinds of movies. Think about Tetro the Iron Man before, for instance. That was an indie movie and that got really popular. Just put all their energy and all their craftsmanship and whatnot to put into it to get real, you know, to get as popular as it became, or like other movies that went that way back in the day. It's in
also
Japan, but you get my point.
I
Yeah.
could mention the guy who made One Punch Man. He did,
You couldn't
uh
really draw now.
right, yeah, so like, but he had an idea, right? He had an idea that somehow resonated with a lot of people. So
Hmm.
somebody like that might use this to make something, you know, where it's like, yeah, okay, it's a little rough, but he getting his idea out there, right? You know,
Yeah,
uh,
true.
and
So
he'll be using this, you know.
and another mangaka got Murata got really interested. Was found the stories of one really funny and wanted to make something else. So he partnered up with him and well made the series that we see today on like an anime and whatnot. So that got really popular. And then later on with Mob Psycho 100, that was actually in his own style, but also got really mainstream and really popular. And that was just his own style, the style he started with the webcomic series for One Punch Man. So yeah,
Yeah,
you can come from like really like from a nobody to somebody, and like you know, if you just sometimes meet the right people, just have or just have really a good idea, etc., etc.
yeah. So you know, it might allow more people to make things that you know, like he would have never been able to go to a studio and pitch One Punch to begin with, you
No,
know.
none of his own. If he had nobody to talk to or no connections to it, then it'd just be forever a webcomic. If nobody ever saw it and picked it up.
Right. So I think somebody's gonna make something with this, uh, you know, in that vein then, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
You know, something we can't even imagine because we could have never imagined One Punch, you know.
No, no,
So
no, no, no.
I think it's gonna be something similar for this. Well, like I
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, guys, I must say, it's been a pleasure talking to you, but my time has run out, and I have to go. But I hope the podcast stays on the air and it talks about very interesting topics.
We're not monetized yet, but thanks for coming along. At least it's been like a year since.
No, next time, invite me.
Next
I'll come.
time, 2040,
Right.
Yeah, let's do it yearly.
Yeah, so what
See you
Okay,
next
guys.
time then.
it's gonna, and I think the show is gonna go. It's gonna go from anime to cocaine, explosions.
we already there, bro. We're already
Yeah.
there.
We need
Yeah,
to go beyond that. We need to
But,
push. We're
see you
moving
next
this show
time.
to Rumble only.
Okay, see you guys.
All right,
Bye
later.
bye.
That was fast. Well, and then there were 3.
Yes, I'm looking to this game, Drowned
Yeah.
God.
Drowned God.
Drowned
It
God,
was a
yeah.
conspiracy game that was made in the 90s. With all the conspiracy theories from the
About
90s,
the
basically.
aliens, right?
Yeah, all kinds of the conspiracy theories. And the idea goes that the maker of this game, basically got murdered under mysterious circumstances, and
Huh.
nobody really knows why. And he really believed in all this stuff, by the way. But he couldn't make it into a book because there were some things that he couldn't really talk in the book, or else it would be banned. Thus, he made it into a game, and you get these really experimental game, which is a puzzle game, basically, just a click puzzle game, just to get through the whole thing and to find everything that's out there.
And of course,
Hey.
because of the circumstances, it won't be released again.
No, because the maker is dead, so he can't really release it. The second game he wanted to make was Cult. It was just a sequel to this, but I never got anywhere. So, but it's a really interesting rabbit hole to go down through. From like why, what happened to this guy and whatnot. So, I've seen it on YouTube for somebody talking about it. So I'm like, it's kind of those things that I want to dive a bit deeper into, I guess,
Yeah,
or just see some more things on it.
that definitely sounds interesting. So how was he killed though?
Nobody knows. Basically, he was found in his home with his wife. Somebody broken into and then killed him. But there was also a version that he killed his wife and then he killed himself, like a sort of Romeo and Juliet story. But in any case, the police didn't want to publish any of the details or big details. But the only thing that we've seen or heard is from witnesses that the door has been broken into and that they were lying on their beds dead. And that's about it. Nobody really knows why and nobody knows what exactly happened to the guy. And it was just going through, well, he was basically early internet conspiracy theorist from the time. And it's just with George W. Bush or any guy, aliens. The role goes on and on and on. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I'll say this: everything is a conspiracy theory until it isn't, right? I'll say that.
Some things, some conspiracy theories are real, but like others are bogus, obviously, like flat Earth theory, etc., 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 or like a completely fantasy theory I saw on YouTube from AI. Basically, it was just people that thought that they were like in a different life, they were like on a different planet, and they were fought in wars, galactic wars, and it just had mind-bending powers, etc., 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 and the list goes on and on and on. And there were a secret agency and clones, aliens and whatnot, all the whole spiel. There's also really weird stuff, which people actually believe in that shit. It's just completely in their own fantasy world, basically, which is also
Well,
really weird.
I'm not so willing to just throw everything out. Yeah, I don't know. After seeing some things that I never witnessed anything supernatural in my regular life, but you know, like a lot of stuff that you know people said were conspiracy theories. There was like a little something to it, like
There's
yeah,
some truth to it, and then it just gets spun out of control,
or
basically.
kind of the reverse. Like a lot of people don't like Alex Jones, but I think it's interesting that he had like a meme thing that I used to meme on.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Frogs are gay, etc., etc., etc.
that is actually kind of interesting. Like I was like, oh, that is so ridiculous. The way it could be so, and then like there's a little something to it. So now I wonder, yeah, okay, what else? What else?
Yeah, yeah, but basically this game is about Ark of the Covenant, the Philosopher's Stone, Morgan Lee Grumman. It goes on and on. Anyway, interesting game. Oh yeah, and today I also bought a Xbox One station from a flea market.
Oh,
What
nice.
was it today? And Tony Hawk Underground 2 from PlayStation 2. Also play that. That's also nice to have. And yeah, I just played some lots of
Oh wait,
uh
so is it a modified Xbox One?
no, it's a normal one, so I can just put discs in it. Maybe I can modify it at some point. I mean, I probably should have just bought a modified one so I can just put it on a stick and just do it that way. I have it the same with my PlayStation 2, and I can just put any ROM on a stick and just plug it in and
Ah,
bingo bongo. I can just play
that's
anything I want, really.
so that is how is loading? Because I know that the USB port on that is not a fast one. So
No, it's not really fast, but it does the job. I can just put in anything and it's just real easy to operate, really. It's not like, I tried before with discs, but I tried to get the ROM on there just to modify this, etc., etc. It was really difficult to get that even going. And the discs that came with another PlayStation 2 that I had that also were modified, but then with discs, barely even function or didn't even function anymore, or just I just couldn't do it. Just so I went just to another. So I just bought another one, sold the other one, bought another one with like USB capabilities, and yeah, it takes a little longer while to load something, but it's not really a deal breaker or
right,
something for
and
me because it's really easy to get done.
you don't have to worry about the disk drive running out anymore, even if it's taking longer.
Yeah, no,
It should always work because
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
apart from the disk drive, I think PS2s are kind of indestructible almost
Yeah,
because
yeah, except for like the reader for like a disc, that
right.
thing barely even works anymore. But the USB is totally fine. You can just play anything I want. So
All right, that's good because I don't know if you know about this, but even for older systems like the Saturn and the PS1, people working on ways to for the games to read without the disk drive because the disk drive is what fails the most in all these things. The other hardware is pretty good. It's gonna last a long, long time, but the disk drive, some people they replace the disk drives with like a SD card, so all the games on your SD card. You don't need to support
hmm
anything, and sometimes they use like other ports on the machine is interesting. So like all those that were dead for want of a disk drive, now they could be made useful again. It's, in a way, it's saving e-waste.
hmm Yeah,
Yeah.
I also saw PlayStation One on the flea market. It was like one guy that was just selling all these things, but like really expensive. Like PlayStation One with games was like 100 plus bucks or something like that, and the other ones were like 120, 160, 50, etc., etc., etc. So a bit too expensive, and this one was like 35 euros, but it was like the last hour, and he was already packing. So I had like 26 euros on me like that, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, just just to get rid of it. So I
This
got
was
that for
what, by
cheap.
the way? This was the Xbox or the?
Xbox, yeah, the
Oh,
Xbox,
okay,
I got it cheaper. It was originally 35 from him, but I got it for 26.
that was good. a lot of people, that is like a good console to modify because they have I think you could play a lot of ROMs on it. The Series S could play like a lot more ROMs like PlayStation 2 and stuff, but I think anything below PS2 you could play on the base model Xbox. You know?
Okay. That would be
And of
nice.
course I think you could, and of course 360. You could play a lot of 360 games on that too. Yeah. Like even games oh, by the way, the channel is ST1KA, not E.
KA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know saw it on the stream there. I was looking for it, but yeah. So there's a guy from like I say, Portugal, and they have like a lot of weird stuff there.
Okay. Interesting. Good.
For some reason, I think I might have mentioned this. Brazil, yeah, that's the guy.
Yeah, I also had some other YouTuber. What was he called again? Dungeon Chiller or something like that. He also
He have like a lot of good videos too. Yeah.
Yeah, he also said some really underground games. So like this yokai game that you have to click around. It just has a lot of comedy and a lot of learning about the country. Like it's a new kind of games. Like I don't know, it's some interesting stuff you can find in there.
Well, I've still been reading what's it called? Well, I've read all the Hideshi Hino that I could find.
I don't think I could. Hideshi, the horror author.
Yeah. I can't find I think Village of Pigs is one that's not online. But I like a lot of his stuff. It's very very strange and a lot of gross out stuff. Yeah, he have a lot of obsession with dead, rotten corpses of things. I don't think any one of his stories doesn't have that. Every story of his, I think, has that. I think he just likes to draw it, even if it has nothing to do with. Oh, he has just like a dead corpse with maggots all over it, he just likes to draw that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But is there anybody else like that you guys could recommend? Because I think
Quincy on the reviews has lots of manga of that kind, like the fucked up horror manga. I know he has a lot. Beyond that, I don't really read a lot of manga from the 70s or 80s.
Oh, not necessarily that time period. Just any kind of horror, because everybody. I think I read everything from Ito already. There
is Miyako Kojima.
Oh, you could always send that stuff to me in the chat too. Is that like Supernatural, like Ito, or?
It's more similar to Umezu, I guess.
Okay.
Wonder House of Horror. It's the title of the book that is available in English right now.
Okay. Well, when I get a chance, you could post it to me in the chat, and I'll definitely read it. Thanks.
It's about basically it's a comedy horror about beauty, especially, and you can find it on. I don't know if it's available digitally already. I hope it gets a digital release, because I have the physical book myself.
Yeah, that is one thing about here. Like I always say, we kind of, it's difficult to import stuff here, and you don't know what they're gonna charge you. They might charge you $1 one day, and they might charge you $100 another day, depending on who's there, depending on how they're feeling. If they drink the last night or what. God, nobody knows how they just come up with some of these charges.
Yeah. But it was released Panorama of Hell by
yes, Panorama of Hell. Yeah, I know that
one. I read it. Yeah, that is a great book. Yeah. That's a good one.
I have a few too, but I can't really remember any names though. No, I don't remember. Maybe I remember it later on. Can send some, but yeah. Oh yeah, Tower Dungeon Chapter 3 is out now, but no, nothing has been translated from Chapter 3 on, so that's kind of
Ah,
annoying. Let me.
but the Raw is out. That is all that's out so far.
Yeah, the Raw's out. I put it out. Somebody bought the chapter from a site. Sent the screenshots to me, and I put it on Discord and
Nice.
Imgur. Also put them out, but still. Wait, did I also put it out on Reddit? Yeah, I think I also put it out on Reddit. Wait, let me look. Maybe we can find it there.
Well, so Imager is still the kind of the first, the easiest file image sharing site.
Imgur?
Yeah, well, I say Imager, but I don't know. Nobody knows.
I mean, Imgur, I'm like, yeah, I mean, kind of sure. I mean, for Discord, nay, for Reddit was for a while the only way to get more than two, three images
Oh,
for a post, for instance. Like you want to do 50 or like 30 or something, then you had to do that. Nowadays, you can just put there 30 on the thing and 30 images on Reddit and you can just use that. But still, if you want to post more, you can just use Imgur as always. But you know, let me look. Uh, so watched anything the last couple of weeks, or like nothing special?
Mm, I have continued to watch Argento Soma with that friend of mine. It's an old anime from 2000, 2001. It's basically an Evangelion ripoff. And I mean, we are at episode 10 now. So it's too soon. It's too soon, way too soon for me to judge the series. But so far, I've been kind of disappointed because the structure of the series. I mean, there are mysteries here and there. You wonder why this is this and what is going to happen. But it's basically them, the squad, fighting aliens that are similar to the angels from Evangelion, and
Mhm.
every episode there is a like the enemy of the week, and I don't like that sort of thing. Also, I think that the series hasn't aged that well to this day. I mean, compared to other shows. But I mean, as I said, I will see and judge it when I finish it. I hope it's
Mhm.
going to surprise me later, but I don't know. We will see. Have you seen something?
Ghibli movies
Ghibli
mostly.
movie? Yeah.
Like I think like the best thing I've seen till now was like Nausicaa, like because of like the Mobius inspirations that were in there, like the world, the decaying forest, the creatures, all the stuff. Like really great art style, really great, like good basing too. Lots of action, lots of great designs too for like the spacecraft and like I mean the flights and whatnot. It's like I don't know, really worked for me. The kind of animation. And like the later ones are also good. Like Spirited Away was also good. Like obviously everybody in the mother knows it, but it's like up till like 2-3 weeks ago that I first saw it in its totality. So it's like also kind of weird for like somebody watched like 600 plus animes to actually watch it now. But you know,
Or did
sure.
did his new movie come out in your country? The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah. Also seen that. Yeah, it was also good. Yeah, it was also more. Yeah, it was also more a personal story from the director, basically to his son. In a way, you could say it's basically a thing to his son. If you've seen the thing at all, but it's already online. I think. I mean, it was already been out for a couple of weeks. I think, or is it not online yet?
I don't think so, but I
Hmm.
could be wrong. I mean, it's still in cinemas, so I'm not sure if they have a digital version to copy.
Hmm.
But I know sometimes that even before that they still somehow get one.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, probably will be on Blu-ray or whatnot out sometimes.
But yeah, what else have you been watching or reading, Koma?
Argento Soma, as I said before, the knockoff of Evangelion.
Right.
Reading not much. I mean, I have a couple of books that I need to catch up with. Recently, I'm starting to look at Western comics. Do you know Darwin Cook?
I heard the name. What has he done though?
Basically, he did DC stuff like Batman the animated series. I think he did the character design for
Okay.
that.
Um. Okay. Not. There's another guy. There's another guy that I think of when I think of that show. Um. Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Darwin Cook. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly for the most part.
So let me see. Bruce Tim is the other guy. No, is it? Bruce.
I'm copying the name on the chat on StreamYards, so it's easier this way.
Okay. Uh,
Also on Discord. I mean, I've got this 4-volume series. I mean, in Italy, it was released in 4 volumes called Parker, which is an adaptation of a novel. It's very cool. I really like the drawings, and I mean, I need to get into it. I started reading the first panels, and it looks like a really nice noir, and I really like the art style and the colors. So, I mean, lately I've been attracted to this kind of style, and I mean, to me, it stands out compared to other Western comics. What do you think, Qbhall?
Are you alive or dead? Dead.
Dad, yeah.
Well, we murdered him. Oh no. Need
See
to
you
be
again.
weird. Oh, he's back. Never mind.
yeah. Hello.
Alive?
Hey,
Is it working again?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
back. You're back. You're back.
you're back.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about Darwin Cook, and I've posted a couple of links, and I don't know, you can check it out yourself if you
Oh yeah, you could probably post it in the Discord. I think that when I click on links, it knocks me off this chat.
All right, I guess. The Parker comic series. I mean, I'm going to repeat myself, but I really like it, the panels, the art. It's something different compared to anything I have seen so far. And I mean, no, I'm no expert of comics, Western comics, but when when I went through the pages at the comic book store, I couldn't help myself, and I needed to get my hands on it, and I brought it home, and I started reading it a couple of days ago, and I need to continue it, and I will tell you if it's good or not. But if you take a closer look to the art, it clearly reminds of the 19th Batman the animated series, because he worked on it as well. Unfortunately, he died years ago from cancer, so we will never see more comics or anything by him anymore, which is a shame, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, in any case, Tower Dungeon, Chapter 3. The rules only, not the actual pages. And then we have the safeguards are back in this. So they can get used as safeguards still, but not just in a different way. Not much lore yet. I mean, we got some more creatures in there. And a bit more of the structure, a bit more of the, dungeon. Cyber dungeon. Trying to map the whole thing out.
Is there? Yeah, I get in the idea like there's more going on here. Like I always say, similar to Kaina. That there's going to be something technological.
Yeah, later on. For now, it's all magic and artifacts and whatnot, and other creatures that they find.
Oh, but I'm checking out some of his stuff now too, Koma. It definitely look kind of like retro futuristic, like but I could definitely see that his designs from the series.
Yeah, I mean, the character design it's that you can't mistake it for anything else.
But I don't know if you know about Bruce Timm. He was the other guy that was no, the reason I was a little confused because I think of Bruce Timm more. I think he a little more associated with Batman than or Batman the animated series, I should say, than Darwin Cook. But I definitely see he have a lot of stuff that looks like it too.
I see.
Have you ever seen the first pencil test for Batman the animated series?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't watched anything from that series since I was a child, actually. So it's been quite some time.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's not. Oh, I think this one was created by Bruce Timm. I'll share it in the Discord. It's like an ancient pencil test that they did to pitch the series. Then to kind of give an idea of the mood.
Oh, I see.
It's interesting that. Well, it's just interesting to see this stuff because remember back in the day we would never have seen this stuff. They wouldn't put it on the. I mean, this is not something they would show on TV. This is only something that it kind of it would happen behind the scenes then, where we would never see what it had looked like.
Mm-hmm.
I was He was also a fan of the Batman Beyond series.
No, only the original animated series. I haven't watched anything else, I think.
Okay, it might be interesting for you to check out. I think it have a lot of probably Akira references to Akira. The it's set in like a new cityscape
I
and
see.
there's biker gangs and oh yeah, wasn't the biker gang called the Jokers in Akira? And there's actually like there's a clan of Jokers in this too.
The beginning of the movie. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of an interesting. Like that is like a total coincidence. Like yeah, there's a Joker gang in both of them. Yeah, I think you'd like I definitely think you'll like it. And I'm sure there's plenty Japanese animators that worked on it, as you know how that goes. The movie, from what I remember, the movie was there was a space laser scene also, and I think it was one of the guys that actually worked on Akira worked on that too. So it was like his he have experience in drawing space lasers, so he was perfect for it.
In Deus Ex is Mankind Divided, there was this theory about the clone of him that's gonna be that he found somewhere in the game. I'm trying to find the video real quick.
I find that I didn't play that one. It wasn't as I don't know. It wasn't as easy to get into, but I need to try it again. It was quite demanding at the time that it came out too, at least for me. But I think I should be able to run it now. I don't know if you
I muted the thing, so I don't think we will be fucked over. I hope. I wonder if find. Yeah, here.
are you a fan of these games, Koma?
Sorry, could you repeat?
X.
I was asking if you're a fan of these games, the Deus Ex series.
The X series.
This series here, Deus Ex.
I've played a little of the first one many years ago. I don't think I have finished it. The Game of the Year edition, I think, because I was having problems with my PC and it was way too dark. I mean, I think you need to patch it now to play the original game.
Oh, probably.
Correct? Yeah, I mean, it's not a game that you can straight play without issues with modern operating system and modern setup. You need to work around something. But I have it on my GOG account. I need to get back at it, like with many other games that I have on my library. Like there are a couple that I want to go back again. Do you know, have you played a game called Aragami?
No, but I heard the name before though. It must be a kind of a cult kind of game, a cult classic. That's all, man.
I don't know if it's a cult classic, but it's a stealth game. Like it reminds me of Tenchu, the Tenchu game for
right,
the PlayStation. Right. You are basically a shadow. We can move from shadows to shadows, and you kill people. You need to be stealthy, and you don't have to show yourself. And I went pretty far with this game, but it's the last, and there is a sequel actually that I haven't played, but this one, I really like the artistic part of it, old Japan. But I think the team who did it is not Japanese. It's maybe probably Western, like someone from I don't know which country, but I mean, if you should check it out because it's a really, if you like Tenchu at least, it's that kind of gameplay. This is really nice, although it gets very difficult at the end.
I think I was looking at a review of it, and they kind of almost talk about it like a puzzle game because they had to figure out exactly how to move.
Or yes, because you are limited. You cannot go wherever you want because
right.
you are a shadow. You must hide yourself from the light. So you jump from shadow to shadow, and in the meantime, you should avoid getting seen by the enemies. That if they spot you, they will instantly kill you. So there is also that aspect. It's very, very nice. It's not easy, but very rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Any other games you wanted to mention? Or?
No, but it's been over. It's 2 hours now, so maybe we should stop now. But
yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Well, that was it for the podcast with Montech and all. So see you next time in like 2 weeks. Bye.
See you
Later.
next time. Bye
Bye.
bye.